Some guys are back with all ball talk, going over the guys in the transfer portal, where I think they're going to go, predictions, where the smoke is, how I think their skill set is, how good I think they are. And for this one, we're going to go Cutter Boley. Cutter Boley was Kentucky. Super crazy. He's big size. He's 6'5", 220. He flashed a little bit this year in a really bad Kentucky offense. Like, Kentucky sucked this year, but he still threw for 2,100 yards. He had a 65% completion percentage. He did have 15 touchdowns, 12 picks. Not great, but there's no denying that he's a raw product, but I think he could definitely be better. Right now, the smoke is leaning way towards Arizona State. I think he'd be a pretty good Levitt replacement. 3 years of eligibility. He's the quarterback for probably the future. He's still raw, and I think that Kenny Dillingham's a good coach to put him with, and I think Kenny Dillingham can develop him. We'll see. He should have a decent amount of money. Pete Nichols reported that other suitors are UNC, Virginia Tech, and Nebraska. Obviously, count Nebraska out. Nebraska just got a transfer crystal ball prediction to Kenny Minchie, the back quarterback at Notre Dame, who's gone portaling. Virginia Tech, I think they probably go after Bo Pribula. I think that James Franklin takes him with, or he takes Ethan Gronkmeyer, who was the Penn State quarterback. So it's one of two. We'll see. I think I would count those two out. I don't think they're going out to Cutter Boley. UNC is an interesting one. I don't really know what's going to happen there. UNC, Billy Edwards is visiting this weekend, but I don't really see that as a... I'd be surprised. I think that UNC can actually... I think they're punching a little below their weight there, but... Cutter Boley, he's super big. He's raw. 3 years of eligibility. He's super good. He could be super good. Again, the touchdown interception ratio does have to get cleaned up. He was not great at Kentucky this year, but Kentucky was just a dysfunctional offense, which is why they fired Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops was... It sucks, man. He had that one really good year. Kentucky signed him to a huge contract, and now he's gone. But Arizona State, love to see Dillingham stay. Obviously he's an alum. He stayed on a cheaper deal. It's interesting. He's still a really good coach. I am kind of confused what happened with Michigan. Like, obviously, I think he was contacted by Michigan, but in my opinion, it was kind of weird. Other than that, I think that Arizona State's the perfect spot because you can play in the Big 12. The Big 12 is not great. It's not the Big 10 or the SEC. He's not playing the SEC. He had a very below average. It wasn't awful. It was a very below average season against SEC comp. And with another year of development under a much better coach than when he was with at Kentucky, I think that he could definitely be much better. Assuming that, the Big 12 doesn't randomly become some kind of powerhouse. Big 12 defense is not great. There's not great teams in it. They basically built half Big 12, half AAC when they brought teams over. So, I don't know. It's a different level of competition. And for a raw prospect like that, he can definitely flash and look really good. He's super talented. So, with the right amount of development and the right coaching staff around him, I think that there's a reason this guy's so hyped up. Like, I think if you looked at 2,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, 12 picks, you probably wouldn't say he's probably going to go to Arizona State, who has been a top 25 team and a college ball playoff team the last 2 years. But yeah, he's a big dude, and I'm interested to see how he does there. I would probably count, as I said before, I would count Virginia Tech and Nebraska out. I think he's probably an Arizona State lock. Other than that's really it. I'm excited to see what he does. I think he could be a really talented player at Arizona State or wherever he goes. Maybe UNC, but I think that Kenny Dillingham's a perfect coach to develop him. He runs a pretty simple system, so we'll see. I think he could definitely become a really good player. maybe not next year, but probably the year after that. I think he could be a Heisman, in the running for Heisman if it all works out perfectly. But as we've seen, that's definitely not a lock for a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, the group of quarterbacks, I don't think there was, out of the top 5, I don't think there was one QB in the preseason top 10. Like, it was insane. The QB position is inconsistent, to say the least, and development hasn't always been there, but we'll see. Cutter Boy is a talented player, so I'm interested to see where he goes and how he plays next year. So I'll see you guys on the next one.